What up, everybody? Welcome to the Academy Sports Show live, coming to you on a Tuesday. See, I told you after every single show, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, everything Academy Sports Show. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, and most importantly, make sure you trigger that bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live, whether it be a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday. You are here, we are here, we are all together talking the thing that we love, which is les sports. That's French for sports. We got a packed show for you today. It is March Madness, so pull your brackets out. We're going to get it done, but it's going to be different this year more than any other year. I'm your host, Andre Douglas, and across from me is your host, Joel Williams.
What up, though? You heard the man, the myth, the legend. Welcome to the show tonight.
Hey, Leonardo in early. All the Steelers news. He came early.
Right. Leonardo, I was in Pittsburgh this past weekend. I saw the Steelers practice facility from my hotel room. I don't think a lot of people stay in Pittsburgh in the offseason. But yeah, anyway, welcome to the show. As you heard the man say, we have a lot to get into tonight. As you always know, we have what to mean. We got trivia. We're going to talk Steelers news. Fields and Wilson to the Steelers in many different ways. They got there on two different paths, but they got there. And that's been a big talking point. So we're going to give our 2 cents in regards to that. Also, March Madness is here, and I'm going to be honest with you, I want all the madness from the women's side. I don't really care about the men's side.
I don't really care about the men's side.
I'm going to go on ESPN and fill out like 15 brackets and like the lottery, maybe not really hope I win. But the women's side is the side I'll be watching. Also, I did pick a couple squares up on Kobe's board, so I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, we got a lot to get into, man. So let's do it. It's a Tuesday, not a Monday. Glad you're here. Welcome to the show. Pops, my dad is here. Welcome to the show. As always, go blue. As always, Cleveland is in the building. It's the Academy Sports Show, and we are live.
Hey, Cleveland! We paid too much money for Jerry Jeudy.
No, 3 years. I like it. I like it. Get him locked up. 3 years. Grade number 2. I love it. And Andrew, we trust.
Okay. All right. I tried to get you to falter there, but I guess I couldn't do it.
No,
it's all good.
I like it. I love it.
What's good, fam? All right, let's get this thing queued up. It is trivia night. As trivia goes, the hosts, us, give each other a trivia question. And you all are privy to the question as well. If you get it correct in the chat, the point goes to you. If you answer it before we do, if we answer before you and it's correct, we get the point. If we're both wrong, nobody gets a point. But the kicker is, if you put your answer in the chat and that's the first answer, it's the answer for everybody. So no Twitter fingers all off the dome.
Everybody.
Leg out.
All right. You heard the rules. Tonight's trivia question is for Dre in honor of the NCAA tournament starting this week. And it is starting for both the men and the women. The men are up first, I believe. Is there a playing game tonight, as a matter of fact?
I'm not sure.
I do know that usually there's a playing game. So do they? Yeah, there's a playing game tonight. Wagner and Howard. Wagner's currently up 38-27 over Howard. And Colorado and Virginia play tonight as well at 9:10. So if you like exciting college basketball, March Madness never disappoints. But like I said, please make sure you watch the women. Anyway, all right. So in honor of Trivia Night is going to be, or in honor of the NCAA bracket coming out, Trivia Night, tonight's question is in regards to Division I men's basketball.
Wow, because I'm so great at that. Thank you. Field, looks like you're tying it up tonight.
Dre, we're not supposed to like just field questions. Don't make it sound like that. All right. So since 2010, since 2010, there have been only 3 schools that have won multiple championships since 2010. Those 3 schools are, see, I'm going to actually give you the schools. Those 3 schools are UConn, Duke, and Villanova. So Duke, UConn, Villanova. Those are the 3 schools that have won multiple championships since 2010. Which school has won the most?
Duke?
So you have Duke, UConn. Let's say 2010, right? Yep. So Duke, UConn, and Villanova have all won more than one championship since 2010.
I said Duke before Pops.
All right, so you're going with Duke. Yes, you did.
Duke.
So Duke is your final answer?
Either we both wrong or we both right.
All right. So Duke is in there. Okay. Is Duke your final answer, or are you gonna roll the dice and pick another school to see if you could possibly be right or possibly be wrong?
It would definitely have to be between UConn to me, I guess. But I remember Villanova always being good, but never really winning.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stick with Duke.
All right. So Duke was called by Dre first, and the answer from the field is also Duke, even though Leonardo did come behind with an answer of Villanova at 7:44 on the timestamp. All right. I'm going to run down the list for you. 2010, Duke over Butler. 2011, Connecticut over Butler. If you remember, Butler made it back-to-back. 2012.
Jimmer Fredette, right?
No. Is Jimmer Fredette? No, Jimmer Fredette's not Butler.
No.
No. Let's see. 2000. So we got one for Duke, one for Connecticut. 2012, Kentucky over Kansas. 2013, Louisville over Michigan. 2014, Connecticut over Kentucky.
Oh no, that was your question. Was who had the most championships all time? Wasn't it?
No.
I thought you meant all time who had the most championships out of those 3 teams.
Since 2010, Duke, Connecticut, and UConn have won multiple championships. Who's won the most?
I didn't hear it like that. Chat, did y'all hear it like that? I don't know. I thought you were asking me who had the most championships out of those 3 teams, like of all time.
No. I'm asking just from 2010 to 2023. You've had 3 teams. Only 3 teams have won multiple championships.
Okay.
I gave you the 3 teams and said, who's won the most?
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm tripping.
Oh, and Pops is saying, Pops is saying he's in. All right. Let's go back. So we got Duke over Butler, 2010. That's 1 for Duke. Connecticut over Butler, 2011. That's 1 for UConn. Kentucky over Kansas in 12. Louisville over Michigan in 13. UConn over Kentucky in 14. That's 2 for Connecticut. Duke over Wisconsin in 15. That's 2 for Duke. Villanova over North Carolina in 16. North Carolina over Gonzaga in 17. Villanova over Michigan in 18. So now we're at 2 for Villanova, 2 for Duke, 2 for UConn. Virginia over Texas Tech in 19. 2020 canceled. Baylor over Gonzaga in 21. Kansas over North Carolina in 22. And UConn over San Diego State in 2023. So the right answer is UConn.
The Huskies.
So nobody wins this week, and the score remains 5-4.
If my trivia is college basketball, that's the best case scenario. Nobody gets a point.
Oh my god!
Nobody.
All right. So as you heard, join us every week. Beginning of the show, trivia night. Still 5-4.
All right. Next up is what the meme. First up, wham. Team A, Team B, who you got? Team A is Luka, Butler, Tatum, Bron, Jokic. Team B, it's the light-skinned backcourt of Steph and Book with Kawhi, KD, and B. I think
Team A all day.
Team what?
Team A all day.
You picked a team that had Tatum on?
Team A all day.
Why
Tatum's not even the weakest link on this team. It's Jimmy Butler.
Why would you pick a team that had Jason Tatum on it?
I'm actually picking this team because to me it has three of the best players on his team that I think would win in their position. I like Joker over Embiid. I like LeBron over Durant. I like Luka over Steph. And then the rest of them, whatever. So sure, Jason Tatum, you get some love today, but not like a lot. You're just going to be on the team that I picked to win. But I'm Team A all day over Team B.
I think it comes down to the point guards. So I think Jokic and Embiid might cancel each other out. I feel like Bron and KD cancel each other out. I feel like Kawhi will shut down Tatum. And I feel like Butler can slow down Booker defensively. So that I don't think Steph is guarding Luka.
He's definitely not guarding
Luka. So, and even though Team B probably has a little more, has better rim protection, I'm going to still go Team A.
Yep, Team A all day.
All right. Thought I was going to get you on this one. Your hatred for Jason Tatum didn't obscure.
It doesn't run deep like my love for Michael Jordan and any team he's on wins. Yeah.
All right. Next up is a couple questions. With the retirement of Aaron Donald, the 10-time Pro Bowler, the 8-time All-Pro, the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl champion. Now that the career is over, is Aaron Donald the greatest defensive player of all time?
I would argue that these are beautiful numbers, but I'm going to go with a no. He's not the greatest defensive player of all time. He's arguably the greatest defensive tackle of all time. But no, I'm not going to go with greatest defensive player overall. I feel like there are other players at different levels of the defense that had greater impact defensively on their era of time being played. He's a nightmare, 100%, but no, he's not the greatest of all time on defense.
Is he even on the defensive line Mount Rushmore?
It's going to be tough. It'd be that. Defensive line Mount Rushmore is tough. I mean, you only got 4 spots?
Yeah,
that's hard. Because I mean, if I'm going 4 spots, that means I'm giving 2 spots to defensive ends. And then I'm giving 2 spots to D tackles. And all the time that I can remember playing of loving football through my lifetime, I could put him at D tackle next to Warren Sapp.
Reggie White.
Reggie White was a DN.
Mm.
Yeah, Reggie White was a DN. A lot of your great outside linebacker DN guys, Reggie White, Charles Haley, Bruce Smith. Like there's some names that we can now, when you talk about those outside edge guys.
Mm-hmm.
But D tackle, might be able to argue that him and Sapp would be a tough situation in a 4-3 defense.
Gotcha. You know, I said Joe Greens.
Yeah, Joe. But was Joe Green a D tackle? You have to help me out, Leonardo, because I'm not a huge Steelers fan. No, I'm just kidding. Also, I mean, you had the Purple People Eaters in Minnesota. You had, I mean, that defense for Chicago was sick. If Joe Green was a D tackle, then okay, now you got a problem. I mean, how about this? If I'm putting 4 guys on Mount Rushmore and it's the D tackle Mount Rushmore, I think we can get away with. I think we can get Joe Green, Donald, Sapp. Like we can do that, but it'd be tough if 2 of those spots are going to D ends. I think you're going to have a huge argument about the 2 spots going to D tackles.
Okay.
Good for him though. Retire. You still got your mind. Your body's still relatively healthy for the most part. I mean, he wasn't an oft injured player. You know, he didn't have, and a lot of guys, when you work down in the trenches, there's a lot of battles going on. And good for him. Like he did 10 years? He's Pro Bowl every year. So good for him. He's walking out money, ring.
Sapp is 7 Pro Bowls, All Pro 4 times, 1 Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time All Decade Player, and for the 90s and the 2000s, 1 Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, Sapp doesn't. There's no Aaron Donald though without Warren Sapp. Like Sapp was Aaron Donald of his time, or Donald is the Warren Sapp of this time. Like. Depends on how you want to look at it.
Big Sapp. John Randall, 7 Pro Bowls, 6 All Pros, 137 and a half sacks.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like John, that's the thing about John Randall.
That's a lot of sacks.
You know. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I forgot about him. My goodness.
That's a lot of sacks. All right. Sorry, Aaron. So not only are not the best, greatest defensive player of all time, you're not even the greatest defensive tackle of all time.
Tough.
Yikes. All right. Last up. I was texting you this the other day. The NFC North has got way better. My Lions want to repeat. So how would you rank these NFC North skill position groups? The Vikings add Aaron Jones to their group. Packers add Josh Jacobs to their group. And the Bears get a whole different group. Adding Keenan Allen and DeAndre Swift to the group.
Yeah.
And we know what the Lions already got.
So just ranking it off of what they've done wherever they've been, yeah?
Yeah, or how you project it going into this season.
Man, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna have to go Lions 1. And that group is that group did some damage last year, and I'm assuming that group gets better this year. So it's just that group's dangerous. That group's really dangerous.
Especially if Jameson Williams makes the leap that everybody needs him to make.
Yeah.
If he wants to get paid,
Yep.
He need to have 1,000-yard season this year.
Yeah. So, the scary part of that is if you have two 1,000-yard receivers this coming season, then you're probably winning your division because Laporta is going to give you. He's going to give you 800 yards himself, maybe 1,000. And Jameer and Montgomery were that package was just scary. I would also say and also hope for no injuries, right? Like if these guys are injury free.
Hope that DPJ becomes a good rotational piece, special teams, third receiver type.
Yeah.
Core guys. That's a good core.
Good core. Vikings. I think you have this in the right order, actually. So I think Vikings are the next best group because you got some proven guys in that space. You know what Justin Jefferson is. TJ Hawkins is a nightmare. He was actually starting to be a nightmare in Detroit. This is weird that we understand how that played out. He ended up in Minnesota. And then we actually know what Aaron Jones can do. Is just can he stay healthy? But yeah, I like the Vikings. Packers are young, and this sounds really good. They had moments, and this is another group that if they all take the right leap, Watson needs to stay healthy. And then what does Josh Jacobs bring to the table? Every Packers quarterback that's been good has always had a running game. So if he allows them to continue to run the ball, then Jordan Love becomes even more dangerous. So with that group, I like them coming in behind the Vikings. And then the Bears, you got Keenan Allen just always open. It's the rest of the guys for me. Like, I get why everybody loves DJ Moore. He's excelled, but, I don't know. I feel like –
You don't think he took that next step with Fields, even as Fields as a quarterback?
Yeah, no, because – so that's the thing is, even when he was in Atlanta, he was the guy there. And I think he was in Carolina at first too.
Carolina, yeah.
Yeah.
He came from Carolina.
He came from Carolina, okay. So – why do I thought I remembered him? Didn't he catch that long touchdown in that? No, he was on Carolina when he caught that touchdown in Atlanta. But to me, he doesn't make quarterbacks better to me. It feels like he's going to need a guy to really be that guy. I don't see him to me, Keenan Allen comes in right now because the immediate number one and DJ Moore's got to play second fiddle. That's how I feel about DJ Moore. And maybe I could be speaking out of turn there, but that's just my take on it. Cole Kmet's a nice piece, and then we know DeAndre Swift is lightning in a bottle. So, but to me, they still come in fourth. So I think the order you have it here is the way I would play it.
Okay. I actually was up on the Bears until you kind of broke it down. And two, it's definitely going to take maybe a while for that team to mesh. To Leonardo's point, keeping both coordinators, especially keeping the old coordinator, the team can run more smoothly because everybody knows where to go and where to be and what to do.
Yeah.
Getting a new team together like the Bears are trying to configure, that's going to take some time. Especially if, like you said, if there's a wide receiver XY situation. I think the last couple of years, Keenan has either played the Y or the slot. Because Mike Williams, who just signed with the Jets, who's mostly their ex these last 2 years, your boy Aaron got a new weapon, big target. So I think they'll probably keep Moore as the one and Keenan as the two. Keenan maybe has lost a step, but he had one of his best statistical years last year.
Man.
So if that's lost a step, then I think the Bears would be good.
Man. The dude every year, yes, best statistical year this past season, but every year the guy's legit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the Vikings need a number 2 receiver. Addison is a good deep threat, but he's not quite there yet. The Packers found receivers. I really want to see Christian Watson just go off before I don him as the next best receiver.
Yep, and stop pulling hamstrings.
Guy's always hurt. He's always on the sideline. He looks the part.
Yep.
He plays it when he's in the game, but he ain't put a whole season together yet.
Yep.
So yeah, I like it. I'll keep it in this order. For continuity wise, maybe raise the Packers up because I expect maybe Josh Jacobs being a little more healthier than Aaron Jones moving forward. But hopefully the Lions can keep it together.
And is Romeo Dobbs the next guy, or was he just was it a good working fit for what they were doing at the moment? Right.
Yeah.
The Packers, Leonardo just pointed out, like the Packers did grow up like as the season went along, and then you look up and then they popped the Cowboys, right? It was like they put on a clinic that day. So that's a great young core. So it's like, can they take that next step together?
Mm-hmm.
And tight end involved in that piece. I think the Lions and Vikings, they both have legit tight ends that make them even more dangerous to me, and they cancel out Cole Kmet. So those guys, I think that's a more complete group out of the first two.
Poor Cole. All right. Next up, which dunk was better? I was not up, but when I woke up, I saw the videos.
I was up and I saw the videos and was like,
first step, the young fella from Atlanta. That's a nut grabber right there.
oh, put it in your mouth.
I think Austin made it worse. He was like,
my man went down like he got shot.
and then he stood over him. The stand over is just ridiculous.
Ooh.
Boy, the look down is vicious. Number 2.
Let us pray. Oof.
Why he hold his head like that? Ain't nothing wrong with you.
No, he dislocated his finger.
No, my man who got dunked on. Why he on the ground like this?
His head,
like
maybe his hand hurts because it dislocated his finger.
he hold his head like he just so concussed in this moment.
Oh,
the announcer makes it so good.
Oh my god!
The announcer does add a little stake to it.
Oh, and the opposing arena as well. Like the opposing arena is on. Like people are standing. This is one of those things where you're in the opposing arena and you're trying not to like. And rewind that one more time. Watch the coach. Watch the coach in the background from Minnesota. You're trying not to stand up and be amazed. Watch the coach in the background. They're gonna show the angle, the close-up angle. You're gonna see the coach. Hilarious. See if they show over that. So many people were like, look at the coach.
Oh.
Whoa. Woo! Sir, this is an easy one for me.
So it's easy, huh?
Minnesota Jordan. That's the one. Minnesota Jordan. Seth in the building. Minnesota Jordan.
Minnesota Jordan got it.
Minnesota Jordan. So first of all, when you look at the anatomy of the dunks, you could tell that my man from Atlanta, he gets the ball. Okay, you can see the takeoff coming. Okay, line him up. But sir, if you that meant that Anthony Edwards dunk, he gets a bounce pass and doesn't dribble. He didn't dribble. So it's like,
I mean, but he almost cleared Austin though. On two step, he almost cleared him.
Nah, bro. Minnesota Jordan, bro. Minnesota Jordan. Ooh.
That's a flat-footed, almost jumped over you.
That's nasty. But that Minnesota Jordan, he caught a bounce pass and just took off. Watch, there's no jump. And he got, that's probably how he dislocated his finger. No, he must have hit him in the face. He got some of the greatest boys in history too. Some in-game boys over some people. Minnesota Jordan, my guy. That's my pick.
I'm so upset that he signed the Supermax. This is what I want from these guys. These guys that are on these deals don't re-sign with these crappy teams. Let's go to free agency, bro. He could have went free agency. He could have signed with anybody in the league. I don't want to watch Minnesota basketball, but I love Anthony Edwards. But I do not want to watch Minnesota basketball.
Got that Supermax bag first. He probably go leave after this next one.
I can't watch Cat. I can't do it.
Carl Anthony Towns.
I can't do it.
I agree.
I wish he wouldn't have signed that. Go play with somebody else. I know that extra $50 million is good, but whoo, baby. Wait, can I take that back? That's not a dunk. He threw that thing in there. If you listen, half of Blake Griffin's dunks are throw-ins. His hand don't hit the rim. If you look at some of Blake Griffin's boys,
this is that dunk. Remember that one dunk? The one dunk Blake Griffin had. It was just like this.
Yeah, those are throw-ins.
John.
So we picking Minnesota Jordan?
Minnesota Jordan, sir.
All right. So let's talk about this before we fill out the bracket.
Oh, that's right. We're doing that.
I'm going to go quick. It's
not going to be educated, believe me.
I'm going to go quick. It's the women's bracket.
Oh, yes. South Carolina.
Women's bracket. We're going to fill out the women's bracket real quick. We have girls basketball coach extraordinaire, Cephas Harris, in the building. So maybe he'll join us for the women's basketball breakdown. So Russ gets traded to the Steelers. We broke that down last week. I think both of us have a little reserve on whether he fits in that locker room with Mike Tomlin, if Mike Tomlin is going to over challenge him, or if he's going to chameleon his way through that locker room. But and then they acquired Justin Fields for peanut butter jelly sandwich and a stack of Oreos.
Good call. Yeah.
And both of these guys are on 1 year deals. They've already came out and said Russ is the starter. Justin's going to be the backup. But Justin's there to push Russ to be better than what he was last year. Do you see a scenario where Russ folds and Justin gets a shot?
Well, I mean, I think that scenario is present regardless. I think there's always a possibility. I think it'll be a possibility even more if the team struggles. But overall, though, that team's always strong, well coached. Their defense is going to be strong. So they're going to be in games. And so, yeah, can I see situations where Russ folds and doesn't play well and you throw Justin in there? Absolutely. I don't know if I want to see that. For Justin's case, I want Justin to sit. I think Justin needs the reboot. I think this is clear what is happening here. Russ was brought in as a bridge. And now when you think about it, it makes sense that they probably knew they were doing this, because it kind of felt like at first it's like, okay, they got Russ, and it was going to be Russ and Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
Then when Pickett moves and you're like, oh, so they clearly had Justin on the radar and they had a plan and they executed it. But I don't think they went and got Justin for the now. I think Justin's the future. And I think he can be coached well by a head coach. I think it is going to be important to see who's his OC, and having an offensive coordinator who, does things around his skill set. You got a running back there in Najee Harris.
It's the old Atlanta coach.
Oh God, I hate that guy. Was the same guy that wouldn't give Bijan Robinson the ball. Oh, yep. Okay. Well, Leonardo, I'll let you have that one. But yeah, I can. Yes, can we see it happening? Yes, but I think if Pittsburgh could come out and say what their plan is, and I don't think they will. I think that they want Justin Fields to sign to be the future. I think they have a problem. This is where the Steelers have a problem next season. If we look up next season, the Steelers made the playoff because Russ had a good year. Now what do you do?
Gotta extend him.
So now what do you do with Justin Fields?
Gotta let him go.
And that's the challenge there. So I think that's the scary scenario. Because here's the thing. In Denver, they went on like a 5-6 game winning streak and Russ looked great.
Mm-hmm. I mean, his numbers aren't bad.
And then they screwed him.
So it's like 25 touchdowns, 8 picks, decent yardage for their saddle.
Yep. And then
it's not bad at all. So, yeah, having them both on 1-year deals, but you want to see Justin. You want to see him in a scenario where he can excel. But if Russell continues to have a good season, even kill, this is a team that did not have a losing record last year. Defense got substantially better. They got killer on every single level. You got Fitzpatrick in the secondary. Now you got Patrick Queen leading your linebackers, and you still got Cam Hayward and TJ Watt on the line. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The defense is stacked. So all they need you to do is run the ball and make completions. It's literally it. So can Russ do that? I think Russ can do that. But is Justin the future? I will hope Justin's the future, but I can't see you extending the guy or offering the guy a contract if you never see him play.
Yeah, no, I agree. If Russ returns to old Russ, which he hasn't been far from, I think when he left Seattle, I think that was tough. I think I think that first year, which come to find out, I don't know if that first year in Denver was really him or was it the coaching staff. But when Sean Payton gets there, he struggles at the beginning. And yeah, Sean Payton calls him out. But like I said, it then becomes a good thing. And they went on a run there. So, okay.
Huh. So
I agree with you, though. I can't see both of these guys getting extended next year. So, horrible scenario is Russ has a good year, and then you don't know what to do with Justin because he doesn't get a chance. Perfect scenario is you get a 50-50 and you get to see, or maybe you see what you need to see in practice come into the year, whether and Russ does have a year, but it's not a year where it's overwhelming, and you could still say, it's the Alex Smith. We're sending him out of here, and we're going with the young. We're going with the young fella, right? Like, it could be that too. So,
yeah,
I don't know. For some reason, I'm rooting for Justin Fields.
Same. I feel like Justin Fields is a Mike Tomlin guy. I feel like those two guys would get together well. Both spiritual guys, both gritty guys. I think the fervor that he was trying to get out of Pickett, he can get out of Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you don't have to be Aaron Rodgers here. Like, we got the defense and we can make a run game. I just need a Ben Roethlisberger. I need a guy who can make completions and help us win football games. If you become an elite thrower like Ben was a couple years in his prime, I'm grateful for it. Yeah. But for right now, I have the defense lined up. And I got 2 running backs that can give me almost 1,000 yards a game. I just need completions.
Yep. Yeah, Leonardo, they want Fields to have 51% of the snaps, but they've already announced that Russ is a starter.
Yeah, Russ is a starter.
I don't know how that's the inside message, but you've already announced that Russ is a starter. If you want Fields to have 51% of the snaps, then don't announce a starter and say we're going to go into camp with 2 quarterbacks and we're going to let them duke it out and then decide. But they've already come out and said that Russ is going to be the starter. So the plan sounds like in the public is that you want Russ to start, you want Justin to reset. You want Justin to sit behind a vet. He gets a reset.
Yep.
You're basically saying they threw him in too early in Chicago, in which they screwed him in Chicago because he didn't have continuity in his front office or in this QB room, right? So
didn't have the players, didn't have the line.
Can't be anything. Yeah, he was running for his life. His offensive line was crap. So I don't know. That's interesting. If they're saying inside that they want 51% out of him, then why come out and say that Russ is a starter?
Right. Or why not just trade for him right out and not sign Russ?
And not sign Russ, yeah.
They had an ample opportunity to trade for him before they even signed Russ.
So I think Pittsburgh is a little gun shy here, right? I think so. You had Kenny Pickett, right? And you went and got him in the first round. He's a local guy. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't like the pick. I didn't think that he was a first round talent. So now you're gun shy, right? You don't feel like you want to put Justin Fields in harm's way because he was a number one, and you've had a bad experience with your first round QB the last couple of years. So you went and got a vet. Makes perfect sense. So publicly, if their plan is what it is, it makes sense. But you're going to have a dilemma if Russ has a old Russ kind of year.
All right.
And you don't get to see what Justin is.
True. All right. So we will monitor this closely.
Yep.
All right. Last up is little March Madness. We're going to go through this quick. I was hoping Stu would be here so he can help me through this bracket. So here we go. Got the women's bracket. Let's get through it quick. See what the matchups turn out to be. South Carolina going out.
You got
16 seed. You know anything about North Carolina, Michigan State?
I'm just gonna root Big Ten here. Let's go Michigan State.
Let's go Big Ten. FGCU versus Oklahoma.
Oklahoma,
Indiana, Fairfield.
Indiana.
Yeah. Nebraska, A&M.
Nebraska, it's good. That's a good team.
Oregon State, East Washington.
This is what I'm going to call upset first. I'm going East Washington.
Let's go. Ole Miss, Marquette.
Ole Miss.
Notre Dame and Kent State.
Oh, poor Kent State. Let's Notre Dame.
All right. Iowa.
Shooter.
15 seed.
Shooter.
West Virginia and Princeton. This is an 8-9. You can upset here.
Let's go 9. Princeton.
All right. Let's do it. Colorado and Drake.
That Colorado team's good. Dangerous.
K-State, Portland.
K-State.
Louisville, MTSU.
Louisville.
LSU, Rice.
LSU.
Creighton, UNLV.
10 seed. Upset. 10-7.
Upset special. UCLA, CA Baptist.
UCLA.
All right. Let's go back on the other side. South Carolina, Michigan State. Ended up Michigan State.
South Carolina.
Oklahoma, Indiana.
5-4. Let's continue to root Big Ten here. Indiana.
All right. Nebraska, East Washington.
Nebraska.
Cinderella's over. Notre Dame, Ole Miss.
Notre Dame's still pushing.
Iowa, Princeton.
Iowa, Shooter.
Colorado, K-State.
Colorado State. Coming Colorado sets up a good matchup in that final Elite Eight.
Louisville, LSU.
LSU. It's gonna be a battle, but LSU's dangerous.
UNLV, UCLA.
UCLA. Cinderella's over. Not a lot of Cinderella runs in women's basketball.
No. Good to know. South Carolina, Indiana.
South Carolina, man.
Nebraska down.
Nebraska.
Ooh, okay. 6 seed.
6 seed.
Iowa, Colorado.
Iowa, Shooter.
LSU, UCLA.
Toughy. I'm going to put LSU back in the Final Four again. Well, how's the – wait. Oh, they got that injury. The young lady got carted off. Is she back? Hold on. LSU women's basketball injuries. Yeah, Pauli's on a stretcher. Is she?
Isn't Louisville the team that point guard came from LSU? Van Keith.
Yeah. They play them. Yeah, they're in the same bracket.
Oh, okay. All right.
So Paul is diagnosed with a concussion. They're saying expected release from the hospital. Okay, yeah. If she's back, then I've got LSU winning that game.
Ooh-wee. All right.
LSU back to the Final Four.
All right. Nebraska would upset?
No.
Ah.
I don't know how to pick this one right here, bro.
Here we go.
I don't know how to pick this one.
Here we go.
Well, I do wish Stu was here. I'll be interested to hear what he on this. I'm gonna go, man. Listen, I'm gonna go LSU, bro. I think LSU just has a more complete team, but Iowa's got some of them girls on Iowa can ball too. It's not just for Caitlin. Ooh, wait, no. Iowa. I'm going Iowa. Revenge game from last year. Caitlin Clark gets her revenge, bro.
I think LSU got that little point guard just for her, just for the defense. Follow her around, try to shut her down, and let the other players do it. But I don't think Angel Reese is enough.
I don't think so either. But they got a squad.
Enough.
Like LSU, they got a squad. They got like Powers a shooter. They got shooter. They got a squad.
They got your daughter on the team, Michaela Williams.
Hey. No, I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna go Iowa revenge game. Caitlin Clark. I'm gonna go Iowa, but
right.
I'm gonna let you pick that one.
I'm going with you. 1-1. That's what the world wanted. Hey, the refs might do something in that one.
The world wants to see South Carolina and Iowa.
The refs might do something on that one. So we got South Carolina, Iowa in the Final Four. Let's go to Region 4, where Texas is the 1 seed. Texas, Driscoll.
Texas.
Alabama, Florida State, 8-9.
Alabama.
Utah, Dakota State.
Utah.
Gonzaga, UC Irvine.
Gonzaga. I think this is a clean one on this side. Tennessee.
Green Bay.
Yep.
NC State, Chattanooga.
NC State's pretty good. Yep.
Iowa State, Maryland, 17. That's it. That's the one. If you don't do it.
Hey, let's go Big Ten right there. Let's go Big Ten.
All right. Stanford, Norfolk.
Hey, Stanford is that deal.
Nice tree. Juju got another
USC.
One. USC, Kansas, Michigan.
Let's go upset Michigan. Upset, got to.
Baylor.
Baylor will win. Whoever that's the playing game. Baylor's gonna win that regardless.
Virginia Tech, Marshall.
Let's go Vitek.
Syracuse, somebody.
Yeah, give me the play-in team right there. Upset. Let's go upset. Right.
All right. UConn, Jackson State.
Oh,
look at Jackson State.
Look at him. I love UConn. Give me UConn.
Yeah, come on now. Duke, Richmond.
Duke.
Oh, has Duke got a girl on there? I don't know. Ohio State, Maine.
Ohio State.
All right. Here we go. Texas, Alabama.
Texas. Did a real deal.
Utah, Gonzaga.
Let's go Gonzaga.
Tennessee, NC.
Let's go NC State.
Ooh, come on, man. Let's give Tennessee a little.
Everybody remembers Tennessee from the pack. You want to give them some love? Push Tennessee on.
Yeah, let's do a little nostalgia here.
I love nostalgia.
Let's do a little nostalgia. Maryland, Stanford.
Stanford. Stanford's real.
All right. What you gonna do here?
USC.
Baylor, Virginia Tech.
Baylor.
You play in Cinderella versus UConn.
Cinderella's the slipper doesn't fit anymore. UConn's up moving.
Are they healthy? Is UConn healthy? Is Beckers and the old girl back?
Oh, that's a good question.
Cause she missed like a year, didn't she?
5 days ago, UConn women's basketball are fully healthy.
Okay. All
They have
right.
one girl, the junior guard. She's sitting out for the remainder of the season from a head and neck injury. That was back in January. So yeah, 5 days ago, UConn's women's health. They are on board, ready to go.
Good. You can't go against Gino too. I mean, all else fails, coaching.
Yep. Let's say Ohio State moves up here.
Let's say Ohio State moves up. All right, so we got Gonzaga, Texas.
Still Texas.
No 1 seed, no leaving, not yet. Tennessee, Stanford.
Man, Stanford's going. Stanford's real, bro. I'm sorry.
3 is in.
Yeah.
USC, Baylor.
Juju.
UConn, Ohio State.
UConn. This bracket's loaded.
Texas in a tree.
Man.
Is this
I'm a
where
root.
1 seed falls?
I'm gonna root Texas here because one of their assistant coaches is gorgeous. So I'm a root for Texas.
Oh man, come on. We trying to be professionals.
I'm sorry. You're right. And Cameron Brink is that deal though for Stanford.
So is Booker though. She a bucket.
I know. I'm gonna go with Texas.
I do remember watching a Texas game that was on, and I remember hearing her name a lot.
Yeah.
So who you got?
I got Texas.
Texas beat UConn, but lost to Baylor. Stanford lost to USC twice.
Yep.
And Colorado. Ooh. So who you pick?
Texas.
All right, we go Texas. USC Connecticut.
Juju.
Let's go to the bar and watch.
That's a boy. I'm going with Juju.
All right. The 1 seeds make it. All 1 seed Final Four.
Which is probably not going to happen, but
which is not going to happen at all. All 1 seed Final Four. Don Staley and South Carolina takes on Texas. Who you got?
Got South Carolina.
South Carolina. Iowa versus USC.
Juju.
Oh.
I'm calling Juju. Too much USC in this one.
Watch USC be the one team that don't make it to the Final Four.
Right.
They've had some down games though. I think USC has had some.
Well, yeah. At first, it was like it's just Juju and nobody else. But then, like the rest of the team decided to join in on the fun, and they beat some teams. Like Stanford's a 2. Stanford's a 2. UCLA's a 2 seed. Colorado's a 3 seed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
They done went ahead and got it right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to pick them. Iowa lost to Ohio State. I remember that game. That was on at the bar when we went.
Oh, yep.
All right. Iowa? No, Juju. So can Juju all by herself beat South Carolina?
No.
The freshman sensation. You got the come on, let's go back to USC Iowa. You got a freshman beating Caitlin Clark, the all-time scoring leader in NCAA.
Yeah. I got a freshman in her team beating Caitlin Clark. And you know what would really be fun is to see Juju say, "Let me guard her." That would be crazy.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. This
Go
bracket
ahead, veto it. Go with Iowa.
I owe you some money if this bracket win. I don't know. I just see the refs going. Yeah. What do you want, Commissioner? Yeah, Caitlin got to go through.
Oh, no.
gotta go through, man. We gotta see it. That's the prime time matchup. I'm gonna keep the bracket the way it is. But how many total points scored? So let's see. Looks like SC, unless they popping somebody, they high 70s, low 80s. USC, yeah, high 70s, low 80s. So what do we think?
I'm gonna go
140?
82-78.
How many total points?
So what's that? 82-78? 160?
160?
Yep.
Or 163. Enter me in the sweepstakes. $5,000 gift card. Split 2 ways.
Do it.
And we're picking South Kakalaki. Submit the bracket. All right. I'll put all that in later. Y'all need to see my information. All right. Men's bracket, do what you want. Don't nobody care.
Don't care.
Don't nobody care.
I watch the games though. Since I work from home now, I have the games on.
Okay. Joe will be over there one shining moment in. Anything else? Sure, I'm reluctant to think of anything else. I don't think nothing else is really pertinent.
Nope. I'm good.
All right. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, everything. Academy Sports Show. Make sure you follow us on YouTube and make sure you trigger that bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live, whether it be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whether it be 7, 8, or 9. You're here, we're together, and we're doing this thing called Academy Sports Show. On behalf of myself, Andre Douglas, Joel Williams.
Man, enjoy the tournament. The women's tournament. See y'all next week. Peace.
I didn't throw it today.